Hey everyone, my name is Rodney. I am here with Board Game Geek again in 2020. I've been joined by Nathan from Aries Games, and you've brought a game with you, Last Aurora?
Yes, Last Aurora. So it's a new Ares Pendragon title. It's
Yes.
a 2 to 4 player game.
Okay.
That basically we're in the Arctic desert and a blizzard is coming through. It's in post-apocalyptic world.
It's cold and it's about to get colder.
And essentially we each control, I've got it here set for a 2-player game.
Right.
We are trying to
So
race.
this is the player board here, sorry?
Yes, so this is our player area.
Yeah.
And essentially we each start with a container and a truck that we're pulling. And we're basically trying to race along this map to get to the last Aurora, the last icebreaker.
Okay.
It's the ship that's going to take us out before a giant blizzard comes through.
All right.
So on basically your turn, you're basically taking each person will also start with a co-pilot
Oh yes, I see
and a
that
leader.
now. Right, right.
And so turn order will always go in this way of whoever's in the lead.
Right.
You'll start the lead just by randomizing.
Sure.
But then, as it goes, whoever's in the lead will get to move first. But the thing is whoever's exploring, which this is the next phase, is how you're going to get resources, more units, different parts. So it's kind of cool and unique. You actually get different pieces.
Oh, I'm a
to the
sucker
car.
for that. I do like
Yeah.
so the artwork is
And-
building on as you're putting it together.
Yes,
Yeah.
and there's also different chapters. So as you get in farther in the game, you start getting better trucks that can pull even more containers.
And
have
these are
more
our trucks
tops.
here. Is that the idea?
Yes, that's our truck.
Guys,
Yeah.
sorry, I'm gonna.
We'll go back to a certain point. What happened?
Your shirt, the mic is.
Oh,
Oh yeah, it's flopped. Here.
oh, okay.
I got you here.
Yeah,
Let me adjust to there.
thank you.
Sorry.
Yeah, no, that's
So if
okay.
you could just rewind a little bit.
Yeah. How about you get to the point where you're putting this on top? So I don't know where
Yeah.
this came from.
Sure.
Here.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So basically, how it works is, so you would take your explorers and you say, okay, I want to explore this area. Well,
Okay.
you need a value of workers of 3. So I could take my leader and he would go into here, and then I would get this machine gun card.
Right.
And then I'd get to add it to the front of my
Yes.
truck.
So I really like this in games
Yeah.
where the elements you're picking up are then combining in some kind of artistic way. You're making this bigger picture. So you can kind of see the representation, because this truck and container is represented by this token, right?
Right, yes.
Which is a big abstraction, but here you can see what it actually looks like, right?
Yes, exactly. And so it can hold, everything can hold an array of different things. These, like this one has a different gun. Some of them are specific, so if it has like a certain logo, then only those things can go in there. So this would be like the worker that you could go.
Right.
And what's kind of cool is it kind of has a catch-up mechanic. So whoever's in the lead is going to be getting to the first, which I don't have any tokens because
Sure.
this is a prototype copy,
Yeah.
but are going to get to those first little things that are going to give them some bonuses, and they're also going to be able to fight things first. But the person that's behind is always going to get to this exploration thing, and they're going to get first pick at the resources and people to pick from.
Right.
And the reason they kind of do that is, obviously, if you're racing to the finish, you're not really stopping to explore.
Along the way, right,
But if
okay.
you're behind, that obviously means that you're taking a little extra time to explore.
So there's a thematic reason for what might be called a bit of a catch-up mechanic or whatever, right?
Exactly.
Yeah, okay.
Exactly.
Okay.
And so as we continue along, each round, the last Aurora is going to keep moving on.
All right.
Once it gets to 6, it's gone.
So it's possible for all the players to lose then, potentially?
Yeah, potentially.
okay,
no one gets it on the boat. And it also, you'll get more points for how fast you get to it and what's the distance between the last player when you get onto the boat.
Okay.
So, and that's kind of what gets into the end game. How the end game works is depending on how many things you've destroyed, how fast you get there, you start getting like valor or honor.
Right.
You start raising up, and that's how you get the victory points.
So the objective of the game is to get to the end.
Yep.
And then you're getting victory points from this track. What other things give you victory points? You mentioned the gap between you and the next player.
Yes, gaps, also defeating enemies.
Okay.
So these guys, defeating these enemies will also get you different types of like resources that are a little different than just your
The ones you get from the
yeah,
supply.
your standard stuff.
Okay.
It's going to give you extra movement, extra bullets when you're attacking, stuff like that.
Is that what these were here?
Yep, and there's all kinds of
And
stuff.
it looks like we have level 1, 2, 3. Are these for the, I don't know what to call this, the exploration area?
Yeah, so
you get
basically
along.
you'll set a deck of 8
Yeah.
cards from each.
Yeah.
So, and then you'll create phases. And so once somebody starts getting into here, they can start pulling from the number
gotcha,
2.
gotcha.
Once they get to here, they can start pulling from the number 3. And that's going to also have all these different.
And maybe one last thing I'll ask you about here is we have this extra board here, and what's happening on that?
Yes, so this is all like the combat zone. So
Okay.
depending on your honor and how well you're doing and how fast you take these people out, that's going to dictate how many resources you get. So
Right,
if
okay.
you already are going into a battle and you already have great honor, you're going to be getting more resources.
Understood. So how long does the game take to play usually?
About an hour,
An hour, and how many players?
2 to 4.
Is this something that's, I guess it's not available yet because you said there's some pieces here that are still being worked on, right?
Hopefully Gen Con release, so
Okay.
August.
Okay,
Yeah.
excellent. Well, thank you so much, Nathan, for this overview of the game, and all of you, thanks for watching.
Yeah.